Parabolas. Fill in what you know. Fill in what you know. Tell me what you know. It's plugged in right here. Yeah, tell me right now. What do you know? Y equals? Close. There's something first that you're forgetting. A. X minus H squared plus K. What else do you know? Vertex is HK. Now, if I accidentally say center, why would I accidentally say center? Because all the other ones are the center, right? Center's HK. So if I accidentally say center when I'm talking about vertex, number one, you know what I'm talking about. Number two, get over it. Okay? Which way does it open? I need you to fix that. Up or down, right? Hyperbolas open up and down. Parabolas only open up or down. Okay? So where's the line of symmetry? X equals H. How are you going to remember? What's the equation? Y equals? What's the equation of the line of symmetry? X equals. Does it work that way over here? What's the equation? X equals A y minus K squared plus H. Where's the vertex? HK. It's still HK. Which way does it open? Left or right? And where's the line of symmetry? So does it work the same way as this one over here? This is y equals, so the symmetry is x equal. This is x equals, so the symmetry is y equal. You okay with that? So let's talk about writing some equations. Look at number 1. For the parabola below, the a value is either 1 or negative 1. It's not making you guess or figure out what a is yet. It's telling you automatically it's either a 1 or a negative 1. You do have to decide between the two of those, though. Okay? So how does this equation start? Y equals. How do you know it's y equals? It's opening up or down, and those, honestly, are the parabolas we've been working on all year, right? So you know it's y equals. Or the x is the term that's squared. Is that fair enough? Excuse me. So what comes next? Why does negative 1 come next? It opens down, so it's a negative a, right? So negative 1 is our a. Then what? Oh, do I have to have this 1 here? Could I just write negative? Absolutely. Okay. I wrote negative 1 because that's what you said. So I wanted to give value to what you said. Okay. What comes next? Well, what do we need to know? We need to know the vertex, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 0. 3, 0 is our vertex. So if we're following this equation, a times x minus h. X minus 3, absolutely. Squared plus k plus 0. Do we need to put that? Can we if we want? So we don't need to put it, but we can if we want. Do you want me to put it or not? No. Okay? Are we good? The parabola passes through the point 5, negative 4. It automatically tells you that. You're not having to guess. This is a given. Check your equation. When x equals 5, does y equal negative 4? Well, 5 minus 3. 2, excellent. What's 2 squared? What's 4 times negative 1? Does y equal negative 4? Or even better, we could put yes. So what about this one right here? Let's go here. Y. So x equals, because it's opening left to right. How do you know? It opens left, so it's a negative 1. What do we need to know? the vertex, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 4, 2 is the vertex. Y? Why is it y minus 2? This is 4. Because the k always matches up with the y, doesn't it? Okay. Squared plus 4. The parabola passes through the point 0, 4. Check your equation. When y equals 4, does x equal 0? 4 minus 2 squared times negative 1. Negative 4 plus 4. So the answer is yes. And this time we're going to put, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, we could put a check mark also. Goofballs. Okay, what about this one? Why is it x equals? Opening left to right. Why is it 1? It's opening to the right, so do we have to put it? No. Why? Oh, what do we need to know? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. That's negative 5, negative 2. So y plus 2, because it's y minus k, so y minus a negative 2, so y plus 2. Just like that, minus 5. O squared. Minus 5. The parabola passes through the point 4, 1. Check your equation. When y equals 4, will x equal, when y equals 1, will x equal 4? 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is not 2. 3, okay, good. 3 squared. 9 minus 5. If we did it right, they should all be yes, shouldn't they? And a check. You should be. You're in algebra. You should always be happy when you're in algebra. What's the last equation? Y equals? Oh, vertex. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, negative 3. Why is it 1? Opening up, so it's just a positive 1. X minus 4 squared minus 3. Parabola passes through the point 6, 1. Check your equation. When x equals 6, will y equal 1? 6 minus 4. 2 squared minus 3. Oh, this time it gets 2 checks. And a sideways smile. Okay so far? Any questions? Here's a sample. Read through it on your time off. Let's do these. How is this different from what we were just asked to do? It gives us the vertex, and it gives us another point. Does it give us A? No. So that's what we have to figure out this time. Okay? So here's how we're going to start. We're going to say, first of all, how does this equation start? X equal? X equal? I don't know A, so I'm going to go ahead and put A. But I know it opens to the left, so I know it's negative A, right? Y minus K, so y minus 5 squared plus 6. Okay. I really wish they would have given us another value, like another point on the equation or on the parabola, so we could plug it into what we have now. Oh, yes, they did, didn't they? X is 0. Y is 3. Or since this is Cinco de Mayo, y is tres. Oh yeah, how do you say this one? Pretty sure it's 0, right? Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, so what is 3 minus 5? What is negative 2 squared? So 0 equals negative 4a, right? Because a is negative, so plus 6. How do I solve for a? Minus 6 from both sides. Negative 6 equals negative 4a. Divide by negative 4. What is a? 3/2. So, just for space's sake, I'm going to go back above this problem, and I'm going to write the equation. X equals 3/2. Shouldn't it be negative, though? It should be, right? Negative 3/2 times y minus 5 squared plus 6. We good? That's it. Yes, that's what I meant by that's it. Okay. We good? Questions? Comments? So let's go to B. How does it start? Y equals negative a x minus 4 squared plus 5. I know that x is 2 and y is negative 3. Does anybody know what 2 minus 4 is? Negative 2. Okay, good. That took way too long. Negative 2 squared? 4. So I have negative 3 equals negative 4a plus 5. What? Subtract 5 from both sides? Good. Negative 8 equals negative 4a. Divide by negative 4. A is 2. So what's the equation? It's negative 2. Y equals negative 2. So y equals negative 2 times x minus 4 squared plus 5. Now, this might seem a little tricky, so I want you to think about it first. In this equation right here, what does a equal? What does a equal? Negative 2, doesn't it? Why did we only get positive 2 when we solved for a? What did we put into this equation before we even started? Yeah, we put the negative already. We already knew it was negative, so we're just solving for this value. We're not solving for the negative. It's already there. Does that make sense? I just didn't want you to be confused by that. You okay? Are we ready for C? Okay. I didn't mean yes in Spanish. I meant letter C. Okay. I apologize if there was any confusion. Okay. All right, what do we know? Y equals, it is positive a, x plus 2 squared minus 7. What do we know? X is 1, y is 4. X is 1, y is 4. So 4 equals a times 1 plus 2 squared minus 7. Does anybody know what 1 plus 2 is? See, that's better. 1 plus 2 is 3. That's better. 3 squared? 9. So I have 4 equals 9a minus 7. Add 7 to both sides. Good. 11 equals 9a. Divide by 9. A equals, yeah, just leave it, 11 over 9. So give me the equation for this one. 11 over 9 times x minus 2 squared, or plus 2, excuse me, thank you, minus 7. They're too easy? Would you like me to make them harder? Okay. That's a good question. Why didn't I put a negative up here? It opens up, and when I even started to solve this, I didn't even put a negative. I left it positive. That's a good question, though. Okay? Any questions? Okay, here's a question. When I very first started this and this, both of these, could I have completely left the negative off? Okay? And what would I have gotten when I solved for A? Negative 3/2. What would I have gotten if I would have solved for A? Negative 2. Okay? But that's something I already knew, so I was just trying to solve for the letter A and not the value of A, if that makes any sense. Okay? Two different parabolas have a vertex at negative 2, 5 and also pass through the point 2, 3. So first thing I want you to do is write the equation for such a parabola if it opens down. How is that any different from what we just did? It's not. Okay, it's just the way it's presented, right? So do what you know to do. Where do we start? Y equals. It's opening down, so do you want to put A or negative A? Won't we get the right answer either way? As long as we know what to look for, right? So negative A. X plus 2 squared plus 3. 5, I mean? How about at 5? Anybody have a problem if I use 5? Okay, good. Now what? Plug in? Because I'm a lamp or something? Okay. X is 2, y is 3. 3 equals negative A times 2 plus 2 squared plus 5. Does anybody know what 2 plus 2 is? 4 squared. So I have 3 equals negative 16A plus 5. Subtract 5 from both sides. Negative 2 equals negative 16A. A equals, I promise it's not 8. 1 over 8, right? So what's the equation of this parabola? Y equals negative 1/8 x plus 2 squared plus 5. Good. We good? So how are we going to write the equation for such a parabola if it opens to the right? If I'm using exactly the same points, won't it turn out to be the same equation? Why not? It's x equals this time, right? X equals what? A y minus 5 squared minus 2, right? It's plus h plus a negative 2. So how are we going to figure out A? X is 2 and y is 3, right? What is 3 minus 5? Negative 2 squared? 4. So I have 2 equals 4A minus 2. Add 2. 4 equals 4A. What's A? 1. So if I'm writing the equation of that line right there, or excuse me, parabola, it's not x equals, y equals, it's x equals, right? X equals y minus 5 squared minus 2. Excuse me. Got it? All right, let's do some graphing. We have 3 to graph. Which one would you like me to do first? A. Okay, let's do A first. Where is the vertex of A? -5, 6, right? So -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which direction is this parabola opening? How do you know? -1, so it's opening down. Okay? Compared to the parent functions that we graphed like in October, how is this related? It's exactly the same thing, right? We don't have a multiplier on the front, so we're going to go over 1, down 1, because 1 squared is 1. From the vertex, we're going to go over 2 and down 4, because 2 squared is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go over 3 and down 9, because 3 squared is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know parabolas are... Yeah, I'm not leaking. I'm trying to give you a hint, right? Starts with an S, and they're symmetric. So I know there's a point here, and I know there's a point here. And if I could graph it, I know there's another point over here, right? And then I draw my parabola. So that's parabola A. We okay so far? Which one next, B or C? B, okay? Where is the vertex? Where is the vertex? Isn't the vertex always HK? 3, -1. It's different this time, isn't it? Because it's x equal. So 3, -1. Now, is this parent function shaped? No, because there's a multiplier, right? Now, first of all, instead of going over 1, up 1, I got to switch that because my x and y are switched. So I'm going to go up 1 and then over 1, right? But if I go up 1, I've got to go twice as far as I usually would go. So I'm going to go up 1 and over 2, because that's twice what 1 is. I know it's symmetric, so I know I have a point there also, right? I could go up 2 and over not 4, but 8, twice as far, except I can't go that far. There's not enough room on the graph. So this is good, isn't it? Oh, that was an ugly parabola. I apologize for that. I will try better next time. We good so far? All right, what about the last one, C? Where is the vertex? 2, 4, right? 2, 4 is the vertex. Opens. I don't know what you mean. On B? On B, I did it a little backwards what I normally do because it's x equal. So normally I would have to go over and down or over and up. This one's down because it's opening down. But since it's x equals, I got to go up first and then over. Okay? So for this one, I've got to graph the point 2, 4. So I went over 2 and up 4. I know it's opening up. Is it parent function shaped? No, because there's a multiplier. So I'm going to go over 1 still, but I'm only going to go up half as far. So over, normally it's 1, 1, but this time it's going to be 1 half. Normally I go over 2 and up 4, but this time I'm only going to go up 2 because it's half as far as I used to. Normally I'd go over 3 and up 9, but this time I'm only going to go up half of 9. 4 and a half. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. And notice as we went, I incorrectly graphed that point, sorry. As we went, I plotted the points on the other side because I know the parabolas are symmetric, right? There you go. This one's B and this one's C. Any questions? Back page. What you need to understand about a parabola is that it is defined as all of the points equidistant from a focus and a directrix. A directrix is a line. Okay? This distance and this distance are the same. But it means every point that's on the parabola is equidistant from the focus and the directrix. So this point right there, that distance and that distance are the same. This point right here, that distance and that distance are the same. If it was drawn out way up here, that distance and that distance, as long as you're coming to a right angle at the directrix, those should be the same. Fair enough? So I have to be able to find the focus, and I have to be able to find the line of directrix. All right? Do you remember last week when I gave you a bunch of formulas and stuff, and I said, please don't freak out until you know how to use these, and then when you knew how to use them, you didn't freak out? That's what I need you to do today. I'm going to give you this information. Please don't freak out. You have a tendency to do that sometimes. So for the focus, we're going to get a point, right? H, comma, K plus P, which is also the same as H, comma, K plus 1 over 4A. Excuse me. The directrix, y equals K minus P, which is also the same as y equals K minus 1 over 4A. Yes? So the other side, when parabolas open left to right, the focus, H plus P, comma, K, which is the same as H plus 1 over 4A, comma, K. And for the directrix, X equals H minus P, which is the same as X equals H minus 1 over 4A. Okay? So the distance from the vertex to the focus is P. See? But P equals 1 over 4A. That's why there's so many different things here, because we have two different values based on what we know. Okay? So let's look at letter A, first of all, right here. For each parabola, find the coordinates for the focus and the equation for the directrix. But before we do that, it might be helpful to have these four values, yes? So tell me, where is the vertex of parabola A? This one right here. Yeah, I know it says. Just say it out loud. 0, 4. So H is 0, K is 4, right? What is the A value of this? And how do you know? It is a 1. How do you know that? Don't we look here in vertex form, the multiplier in front of the x squared? What's there? A 1. Okay? So if you know that A is 1, using this formula right here for P, find P. Reggie, I'm not talking about that kind of P, okay? I'm talking about this letter value P. Dorcas. Isn't it just 1 over 4? 1 over 4 times 1, well, 4 times 1 is 4, so that just leaves 1 over 4. Okay? Now let's find the focus. Does this parabola open up or down, or left or right? Up or down, right? So we're using this information on the left-hand side at the top, right? So the focus is going to look like H, when in our case this is 0, and then K plus P. Look, K plus P. 4 and a fourth. Done. Where's the directrix? Y equals K minus P. 4 minus 1/4, which is what? How about 3 and 3/4? So agree with me or disagree according to this statement. This looks really messy. It does, doesn't it? Is it really that messy? No. Because you know all the values and you need to substitute everything in, yes? Okay. So look at parabola V. V, what the heck? Parabola B. This one right here. Vertex is at -3, 2, so H is -3, K is 2. Very good. What's A? -0.25. So what's P? P equals 1 over 4A. So 1, let's see, what's 4 times -0.25? -1. What's 1 divided by -1? -1, right? So, again, we're still using the stuff on this side because it's opening down, right? Up or down. So the focus is at H, -3, and then K plus P. What is K plus P? How about 1? Now, does that make sense in this problem? The focus is at -3, 1. Where's the focus supposed to be for a parabola? Inside or outside? Like a hyperbola, where's the focus? Is the monster eating up this focus? Yes. Okay, so it makes sense, right? So where's the directrix? Y equals K minus P. 2 minus a -1? 3. It crosses the y-axis at 3. So it's right there. Does that make sense in order according to this problem? Because that distance right there is 1, so that distance right there is supposed to be 1. We good? All right, what about C? No, I am not meaning yes in Spanish. I'm talking about letter C. H is 4, K is 1. HK, vertex. What is A? And how do you know it's 0.5? Right there in multiplier and vertex form, right? 0.5. What is P? How do you know that? 1 over 4A, so 4 times A is 2, so 1 over 2, so also 0.5, correct? Now, I used fractions up here and I used decimals down there. Why? I did not do it to confuse you. I want you to see both ways. Okay? I want you to see that you can do it both ways. Yes, sir? No. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. In the equations, they're switched, right? But this, the way that it's written over here for me, is always going to be HK. Okay, so H is 4, K is 1. I know it is switched in the equation right here, but the X is with the H and the Y is with the K. Good question. So where's the focus? This time we're using this side, aren't we? Okay, so the focus is at H plus P, 4.5, and K. For this problem, does that make sense? 4.5 and 1. That's for y'all. That's your bell. No, it really is. You want me to finish? It's just 1. Okay, where's the directrix then? X equals H minus P. So X equals H minus that, so 3.5. It's right here, right? Crosses the x-axis at 3.5. I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure that you watch your flipped video. The flipped video tonight is called Completing the Square. Completing the Square. Okay? Today is rectangular prism. Yes, so make sure you do your photo challenge. Have a great day. Kingston out.